Dylan, what day is it?
It's time to drive this thing up the street day.
That makes sense.
First drive!
Today is the day you drive your car for the first time.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, freaking A.
After some monkeying around with the cooling system, but we win in the end.
Yeah. It was a little bit of a pain. We were a little confused at first, a little perplexed.
Yep.
At the bleed ports, but we got it all working good now. Ended up changing the port location. Had a little too much water in it first, so it was just giving us some really high readings, and got it all tuned up. So it's working good now. Not too much pressure, right where it needs to be. So now that it's got a bunch of heat cycles in it, Dylan's gonna take it up and down the street for the first time. I mean, yeah, literally first drive ever in this car as it sits. Other than when he drove it here when it was stopped.
Feels tight.
That's a good check. Dylan got in there with the wrench, snugged up all the loose jam nuts. Alignment's not set, it's not corner weight or anything like that, but it'll be fine for driving. Garrett, we have the new G35-1050. I know you guys are probably tired of hearing us talk about that thing, but we want to see what that thing can do. This will be the first time it's been pushed on a 2J, as well as here in the States. The only other car that they have run one on was an RB down in Australia, and I mean, I know it's going to kill with the RB, so we're going to see what it does on this old 2J. If we hit mid 800s to the ground, then that turbo's staying on that car, and we'll use nitrous to bring it out the top end to get the peak power up around 900 plus. So looking forward to it. It's gonna be a good day. Dang, that's a sweet trailer you got there, dog.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Order for my buddy.
Man, that's cool. So you got some Nissan hubs on here. You gonna bring those spares?
Oh, you betcha.
Yeah, just in case. You never know.
I feel like I don't get to drive this Datsun enough. It is just so much fun to drive. It's so cool, so smooth. It makes the coolest turbo sounds. Got that OCD Works T51 R mod on this thing. It was actually the first time I worked with OCD Works before he started building our motors and before he started doing any of this stuff with Turk too. Back in 2016 when we built this car for SEMA, and we ended up winning the Super Street Best in Show award, which is awesome. And then we got the Sony PlayStation Best Asian Import. So super cool to get those awards with this thing for a car that it was like my first show car I ever built. But it's not just a show car, you know, it's a street car, makes good power, makes cool noise, and love it.
Tear them down. Dylan, I think you left the keys in the ignition again.
Wait, what do you mean? Oh, the throttle body's on?
Yeah. Yeah, it's the loudest freaking throttle I've ever heard. I don't know why it's so loud, but as long as it works, I guess whatever. But car is strapped down, waiting on some Wi-Fi connections, getting the tuners all locked and loaded. Jason, the same guy that tuned the 2J NASCAR, is going to be tuning this setup, so also the Link ECU on this one. But the big thing that I'm excited for today is we're going to be doing our turbo testing with the new Garrett G35-1050. This is the first time this turbo has run on a car in the States. The only other car, like I said, was that RB, so we're going to see what the numbers are, see how far we can push it. We got the turbo speed sensor on there, we got the back pressure gauge on there, so we're going to really be able to see what this thing's capable of. And we put the biggest housing on. It's a 132, 121 on there. So it's a big fat boy. We want to make sure it's getting as much flow as possible on the top end. The only thing it would be sacrificing is a little bit of lag, but this is the biggest frame G35 available. So we're gonna see what it does.
See what it does.
Yep, and then we brought the G42 to compare it to, which is awesome because there's a lot of time on that between Turk and who else was running that last year?
A lot of the guys in China were running those. All the dudes over there.
Yeah, I know Daigo was running them, like a bunch of the 2J guys, big power guys run it. So want to see it back-to-back comparison on the same dyno. That hasn't been done yet either. So
Right.
Today's the day.
Today's the day.
With a 500 wheel torque at base boost. Pretty freaking awesome. This is super flat curve. That's really looking good. I think we done maxed her out. 860, 860, 863. I think that's all she's got. Look at the torque numbers. It's looking good. It's feeling good. So yeah, why not rip it? Okay. All right. Settle down.
Seems to work.
What a maniac.
Fucking car alarm.
Yeah. That was brutal. You even know how turbo works?
Yeah. A little laggy, a little more laggy than I thought, but man, once it hits, it hits.
Put her away hot and dirty, huh? Well, there you have it. I am pretty convinced that the G35 is the turbo of choice for this car. It did 860 wheel. This one did 945-ish wheel. So yes, more power off this turbo, almost 90 more horsepower off this turbo, but it's all on the top and it starts the entire curve about 1,000 to 1,200 RPMs later. So I would say that the 35 is an awesome turbo for the 2JZ and for an RB as well, you know, similar size power plant. But yeah, we'll show you those graphs and we'll get after it and get to testing here real soon. So yeah, this is the second time now the diff in this car has given me some problems.